Hi there, this is Save with Crypto. Okay, first things first, I just want to say thank you to Alex Mitchell for pointing out a big blunder that I made. It's basically what I did was I made the page where we could ask Graham Doggart questions. And I did this as a post on WordPress on my site. So the actual original address of the page was savewith.crypto.org/freeway. And then what I did, because I wanted like an easy way to get to my referral link, I made this page called savewithcrypto.org/freeway that then did a 301 redirect to my referral link. Now, of course, they were both called the same thing. So what happened was this one overrode the other one. And when people have been trying to go to my page to leave questions, they've been going to my referral link for Freeway. So really sorry about that. I didn't mean that to happen. I guess some people thought I was being sneaky and trying to send everyone to my referral link, but I actually wasn't. So what I've done, I've renamed this page. So it's now savewithcrypto.org/freeway-q. Okay. So if you want to look at that, that is the actual URL of the page now. Okay, so thanks a lot, Alex, for pointing that out. And yeah, I wondered why I didn't have any questions asked on this page, and that's probably why, isn't it? So sorry about that. Anyway, so meanwhile, back on planet Earth, the double bottom I was talking about yesterday hasn't really played out, has it? I was looking at something like that, and what's actually happened is it started going down here. That said, I'm not too worried because for a start, it's still in this falling wedge, so the chances are it might break out, hopefully upwards. But also, zooming right back, let's go back to the weekly. Bear in mind, with double bottoms, what you're supposed to have is the right cheek of the bottom is supposed to be a little bit higher than the left cheek. So what I can see here now is a massive, huge double bottom, which goes back to March 2021. If that one was to break out, you'd be looking at that breaking out like that, to 70,000 and beyond. I mean, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen today. It'd be nice if it did, but I don't think it will. That's the kind of thing I'm looking at. So I think it's near a bottom now. I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, it might go lower, but to be honest, everyone's so bearish now. And if you look at the funding rate on ByBit, it's negative, which implies that everyone's going short. I don't know where they're going short to. I mean, I guess some people might think it might go down to 29. I can't see it myself. Anyway, if you're interested in trading that, I've got $1,100 bonus for Phemex in the description down below, and I've also got a $4,050 bonus for ByBit. They both require a reasonable deposit to get that, obviously, but the links are there if you want to use them. But if you are trading, do be careful. Well, be careful anyway, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But I'm actually long at the moment, and I'm long from, what was the entry price? 38,358, which is not much above where we are now. But the thing is, I'm long with a proportion of my trading account, and then I've got buy orders set down here at like 36.9, 35.9, 34.8. The idea being that if it does drop down here, if it wicks down here, it will pick these up and then it will lower my liquidation price. Because my liquidation price at the moment is 35,000, which is a little bit too close for my liking. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really see it coming down this far, so I was probably a bit bold going in with 10x leverage. But if you're using something like 5x leverage, even if you went long now, your liquidation price would be way lower than mine and you'd be fairly safe. But, just be careful, especially if you don't know what you're doing. In fact, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Just buy Bitcoin and hold it. Now, one thing that's sort of annoying about this space really is you get things like this on coinmarketcap.com where, 2 minutes ago or 9 minutes ago, this article came out saying, has Apple really bought 2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin? And it's just talking about excitable tweets that have been circulating, and there's nothing really in this, really. I mean, to be honest, if Apple was going to buy Bitcoin, would they really just buy 2.5 billion? I mean, that's actually not a lot, is it? I mean, I know the Tesla buying 1.5 billion had a big impact on the price, but, since then everyone's just ignored anything that Elon said, really. So it probably would take something like Apple to sort of to make the price go up. But looking over on Twitter, I mean, there's people like Crypto Rover. I actually quite like him, but he's always good for a bit of hopium. But he's saying you heard it here first. And that was when was that? That was 6 minutes ago. So he probably saw that as well. But everyone's asking him for the source, and of course there is no source because it's just a rumor. But there's no smoke without fire, so maybe there is something to it. Actually, I think Crypto Rover just did that just for a bit of clickbait, really, because he's got various people like replying to him, and it's all there's nothing to it. Yes, that probably is nothing actually. Nevertheless, the price seemed to have done a little bounce in the last few minutes, so maybe there is something to it. Let's have a look at it on the 5-minute time frame. No, I mean, if that was for real, you'd see a massive green candle there now. Yeah, so nothing to see here. Move along. Anyway, so the price of eGold. I mean, wow, last night you could have got some for 121. I really wish I had a pile of US dollars or something, or USDT hanging around on the side. I haven't, but if I had, I'd be buying eGold like anything. And that's the only problem with like having a lot of your money, a lot of your capital in crypto is, when you get these dips, you can't really take much advantage of them apart from, doing the odd long position if you do leverage, and that's always like a little bit dangerous. And really, you never want your hodl money and your trading money to sort of ever mix. Don't do that because you'll just end up losing all your savings. So let's have a look at the DEX anyway. So one thing I did notice was yesterday I was talking about these two farms that kind of appeared because I'd created these LP tokens with Ethereum and eGold at 2 different times. So they've got different unlock dates. So this one here, the Ethereum is unlockable today at 5:04 p.m. Okay. And this one here, the Ethereum is unlockable now. But I can't unlock it without splitting up the LP, so I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. But yeah, I'm going to leave these going certainly while the percentage is on like 417%. I'm going to leave this going for a while until that percentage gets more like what you get on the meta staking, which at the moment is 34%. So that's my plan there. Anyway, let's just finish off by looking at a few comments. Okay, Real Noob 1 says, I've been following and using Freeway since day one, and I can only tell people that it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. Highly recommended to everyone. I agree entirely, but do make your own decisions. I'm totally into it. At the moment, it's going to be part of my next home plan, because I think the idea is when I sell this house now I'm in, which should be in like June, July, I'm going to invest some of the money in probably Bitcoin, put that in Freeway, and then I'm going to put some eGold in the Maiar app. Maybe I'll put some stable coins somewhere, maybe, and do something with them. But yeah, between kind of Maiar and Freeway, I think, that's what's going to pay the income for me for a while, and then that's going to pay the rent on the house I'm going to rent in the UK, and then when all my assets are kind of probably doubled in price, I'll probably think about maybe buying another house, but not yet. That's my plan. Heracel Endar, he's not so sure about Freeway, but yeah, you just got to make your own decision. I mean, the problem is it does seem to be too good to be true, and I know the saying goes, if something seems too good to be true, it's probably not true, and that is the issue I have with it. Richard Illingworth says, I'm not quite getting this meta staking. So farming gives you rewards, MEX or LKMEX, depending on what you select. But what exactly do you get from meta staking? I thought it was just the coin you staked rewards. I think from my understanding this should read 3 staking options. So let's show you with Ride, for example. Now I've got Ride meta staking here, right? So at the moment that is earning Holoride, and it's also earning locked MEX as well. So if, say, for example, I was to harvest that today, I would get Holoride and locked MEX. Now, in addition to that, if you look at the liquidity and the active pools, and you look at the Ride eGold, you get this fees reward. So it says, based on 1 day's performance, Fees rewards represent 0.25% of trading fees that are distributed proportionally among LP token holders. Fees are added to the pool in real time and can be claimed by withdrawing your liquidity. And that's what these percentages are here, you see. And obviously if you lock the rewards, you get 103%. If you don't, you get 32%. So this is the third way you get a benefit from metastaking. So you get that reward from the fees, which I believe is in LKMEX. You get the LKMEX from the actual metastaking itself, and then you get the Holoride as well. Okay, that's going to be the same for ZoidPay and the same for Ethereum. That's how I think it is. Tarantula says you can't get a Binance card in South Africa. I know you can't get one in the UK either. I can get one in France, but not in the UK. It's a shame about South Africa because I even fancy living there, to be honest. But there's quite a few things you can't do there, so it's a little bit off-putting. And then besides that, it's just a load of spam. Anyway, talking of spam, I better go and get the Sunday dinner on. I'm going to wish you a lovely Sunday. I might do an update about something later on. But you can always encourage me by liking the video, leaving a nice comment, making sure you're subscribed, making sure you got notifications on all, and above all, telling your friends.